It's a big night of high school sports in our community. The News 8 Highlight Zone starts now.
Good evening, I'm Greg Wawrnick.
And I'm Kyle Deckelbaum.
We entered week 2 of the Highlight Zone with plans of getting to 16 area football games. Unfortunately, Mother Nature had other plans as many games in the area hit a lightning delay at some point or another this evening.
Now over at Logan, the Rangers look to parlay their week 1 success against Eau Claire Memorial into another great showing tonight against Eau Claire North. And this game at Swanson Field does start on time despite the very ominous clouds. First drive for Logan, Johnny Kine hands and pitches it right. There goes Eric Elmore. Check out the jukes. He takes this 54 yards all the way down to the 15-yard line. Got to get him going early. Couple plays later, Johnny Kine rolls out, looks to the end zone. Caught. There it is, a touchdown for the Rangers. Evan Verhoeven, and it's 7-0 Logan. And then the rain comes. Fans getting out their umbrellas. We can play in the rain, so we play on. NEC North's Adam LaRock hits Carter Holden. We've got a tie game at 7. Then the lightning comes, and lots of it. You can't play in that. Head coach Casey Noble talking with Logan AD Steve Hull. The teams leave the field. They'd eventually head into the school to take cover. That's all we got for tonight. At 8:30, they decide to postpone the game until 1 p.m. tomorrow.
We finally found something that could stop Eric Elmore.
The weather, Mother Nature gets the best of it. Central and Eau Claire Memorial gets called after 1 quarter of play with Memorial up 20-7. They resume things tomorrow at 5 p.m., getting a theme here. West Salem and Richland Center never get their game going. They'll play tomorrow at 1.
Two teams that are 1-0 heading into the night. Toma hosting Black River Falls. First quarter, BRF Zach Zilmer with the sack, and it forces a fumble. Alec Hartert falls on the ball, and it is Tiger football. That doesn't last for long, though. Toma's defense going to step up here and get a fumble recovery of their own. Later on, more defense from Black River Falls. Jack Rue steps in front of this pass and picks it off. He takes it back then the other way, deep into Timberwolves territory. That would set up some offense. Ryan Millis from 2 yards out gets the touchdown. They go up 8-0 in the second quarter, and that's the score when action gets postponed. They're going to resume tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Onalaska loses to Lancaster. Game gets called with about 5 minutes to play, but it will go down as a final score of 51-22. And Sparta and Westby get about 3 minutes into their game before lightning strikes. 0-0 score in the first. They'll resume the game tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Hopefully lightning doesn't strike twice and strike then too. Defending Cooley Conference champion Arcadia opened its season with a shutout victory.
The Raiders were set to make the trip to Whitehall tonight, but due to weather, the game this morning was moved to Arcadia. Then, due to weather tonight, they postponed the game. Arcadia will host Whitehall tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Luther posting a shutout victory in week 1. Knights invite Cashton into town tonight. First quarter, Luther 25 yards out when TJ Babinick hits Jarrett Knopfs, and they get in the end zone. Knights up 7-0. Second quarter, Luther just a few yards out. Colin Kennedy takes the handoff to the outside, dives in for the score, and it's 14-0 Luther. Later on, third and a mile for Cashton. They drop back to pass. Ball gets picked off by Caleb McNally. He takes this down the sideline and into Eagles territory. That sets up Luther's Babinick to Kennedy for his second touchdown of the night. They go up 21-0, and what do you know? A lightning delay hits. This game will resume 11 a.m. tomorrow.
More Cooley scores. GET was trailing Somerset 20-6 in the third quarter when that game went under a delay. And nothing from Viroqua and Melmin. We do know this one started in a lightning delay.
Coming up, more lightning, more delays, but more highlights as well, I promise. You're watching the News 8 Highlight Zone.
Welcome back to the News 8 Highlight Zone.
North Crawford's Brandon Baumeister picked up right where he left off last season. In 2013, he had the 10th most rushing yards in the state. Last week, 172 rushing yards and Trojans win. First quarter, Trojans on the move. Baumeister takes the handoff, slipping by defenders to keep the North Crawford offense moving. Later on in the possession, more from them. This time, it's Peter Kajesrud taking the handoff, plunges into the end zone. Trojans take a 6-0 lead. Just a few minutes later, Port Edwards responds. Quarterback Colin McCarville finds Tyler Kolbeck in the flat. Kolbeck slips by defenders on his way to the end zone. They lead 7-6. Trojans back on the attack. Quarterback Zach Slitga drops back and finds Baumeister wide open down the left side. He doesn't only run the ball, he can catch it and run. Trojans cover nearly half the field in one play. They take a 14-7 lead. We don't have a final score in the second quarter. North Crawford had a 14-13 lead.
DeSoto head coach Jeff Wick facing the high school he attended, Clear Lake. First play of scrimmage for Clear Lake's offense. Dylan Kurtz hits Dylan Shramsky in stride. Shramsky runs 69 yards for the score. Clear Lake leads 7-0. DeSoto with the ball. Now they're looking to respond. Austin Anderson rushing towards the end zone, but he fumbles, and Clear Lake takes over. And Clear Lake wastes no time. This time, Kurtz finds Kyle Levra open. Levra evades defenders on his way to the end zone, and Clear Lake goes on to take this one 42-0.
We have a stop at Hillsboro, Kickapoo, Lafarge. We'll get to that a little bit later on. Two teams with high expectations this season. Indy Gilmanton travel to Pepin Alma. Eagles' first drive of the game, Trevor Height gets the pitch to the left. Jukes the defender down the sidelines for the score. Pepin Alma strikes first, 7-0. Indies look to answer on the next drive. Austin Whitwam powers his way up the middle into the end zone for the touchdown. Missed extra point at 7-6. Pepin Alma's ensuing drive. First play, Sam Mueller rolls to his right. Finds a wide open Ronnie Engstrad down the field. He outruns defenders to the end zone for the score. It's 14-6 Eagles. This game gets terminated at halftime, so Pepin Alma gets credited with a 35-6 victory. Just a bit down the highway as Necedah travels to Cochrane Fountain City. Opening drive of the game after a lightning delay, Cardinals' Matt Brown keeps the ball in the option. Up the middle for the touchdown. After the extra point, it's 7-0 Necedah. The game then would hit another delay shortly after that. 7-0 Necedah in the first quarter.
Moving to Minnesota, Spring Grove hosting Houston. Winner improves to 2-0 in the season. We picked this one up in the second quarter, and Spring Grove's Dustin Vickerman carries this one in for a 2-yard touchdown, 6-0. Next play, Keenan Saminsky pass to Dylan Campshire for the touchdown, and you can see him get in there, and we've got a final score of Spring Grove winning 55-6. Two teams going for their first win as Mabel Canton hosts Lyle Pacelli, and Wayne Ross this one in for a 2-yard Mabel Canton touchdown, and we are still waiting on the final score from this one.
New Lisbon beats Wild Rose 22-19. Weston over Waniwak Center 49-30. More final scores. Prairie du Chien winning in double overtime 25-19. Fenimore Mauston gets postponed 13-6. There were no plans to make up that game. Here are some games that are getting moved to tomorrow. Bangor at Blair Taylor, they'll play at 2:30. Caledonia at Fillmore Central, they will play at noon. And Chatfield at Rushford Peterson, they'll play at 5 o'clock, and that game gets moved to Winona State. Well, don't go anywhere. More News 8 Highlight Zone still to come.